Hello everyone! Oh wait, I turned off the BGM. Hello everyone! Welcome! Welcome. Hello. I am doing nothing grand. Okay, hold on. I pressed stream early, which I feel is fine. I feel like it's fine. But we will proceed shortly. Give me a moment. What window am I using today? Is it just regular window mode? Yes, it's regular window mode. Hey, we're just gonna do some diva before we get into the nitty gritty of the nitto-gritto. Just give me a moment. Hello. God damn it. Stupid post on stupid server, the Church of Vinny, where we worship our good lord, the troglodyte, the Vinny. Okay, I'm just gonna do some diva while we wait and prepare. I forget if I had a keybind for something. Was it customization? I'm sure I don't think it would be customization. Oh, it is. Button config. Multi-press assist. No. Clear threshold display. No, I just suck. I just suck actually. Okay. Okay, let's play some diva. Ooh, okay. Haven't played that in a while. Just gonna play some diva before doing the thing that I want to do today because I don't know. Ah, a friend is playing Phasmophobia. I haven't played Phasmophobia yet. The controls confuse me. Should I change the category to diva? Should I?
I've been had.
He has been had. Nah, you guys will be fine. You guys will be fine. Please, God help America. God help my stream. Sometimes I just say things to fill the brain void. Oh, I suck. Oh man! How do I... Why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? It should! Hey, I rage quit. I rage quit. That was an embarrassing display. Let's start with something I know. Let's start with something I know. I kind of wanna excellent something. I kind of wanna excellent something. Let's excellent something that I'm not good at. Oh, I hate this. This is fun. This is fun, right? You sleeping on my desk because he's a baby. Oh, baby. He's so baby. Huh. I have a bit of a migraine again. Love?
Huh?
May I have an energy drink, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Ugh! Is my
It's
stream...
not chill.
I want something cold.
Up with ice.
Yes, please. Also, is my stream okay?
Asking.
Yes. I mean, like... lag.
Ah. Wait, man, it's gonna-
Ah, you! Oh, I'm in danger. Why? Why doesn't that work? Oh, that worked! No, it didn't. Well, at least I survived, but I didn't live, so to speak. I'm gonna have to maybe I'll have to turn on assistive. Yes. I suck. Come on, game. Let me do this. Let me do the thing. I'm so hyper tonight. Okay, we're gonna have to turn on baby mode. Multi-press assist. Oh, it's not. I just suck actually. Arcade controller. No. Key config. Oh, these must be where the keybinds are. Spacebar. No. Okay, so the 4 things on the screen is spacebar. Okay. Thank you, baby mode. I don't know when I assigned that, but apparently I did. I am gonna be so erratic tonight. I have a caffeine addiction, I have a migraine, I am showing off shameful things from my past. That is, scrapped stories, etc. And I am maybe feeling okay, actually. Thank you! Ah! Ah! It's the yummy one! It's the yummy one. Thank you, boo. I'm not gonna accept that.
Yeah.
Maybe my PC is lagging. Oh, there it is! Okay, is my stream lagging? I actually don't have a monitor to check. Check that right now, because my PC's performance is tanking. I can feel it, bro. I can feel it. Okay, let's watch the Frana stream. Seems fine, yeah. No, it's just I can feel my CPU like rumbling. That's usually a bad sign.
Turn your opera off.
I have important things open there.
Like what?
My PowerPoint presentation for later. My hand hurts now. Hold on. Go. No, I'm not in the mood for this. Maybe 2D PVs fare worse, actually. Let's stick to 3D PVs. Oh, I love this song. This is one of those songs that like I forget it exists until like I hear it again and I'm like, the feels hit. Oh, I'm gonna play it. It's like, why not, right? Maybe my... No. We stay where we are. Hi, Sensei! Welcome! Hello, I'm just playing Diva before the just chatting and the spilling of the plots. How you doing? Chillin', let's go. Hope you had a nice day. Been a long day. Oh man, yeah. Fridays do be like that. I walked a lot today. Let's go. Get them cardio. I've been exercising too recently. Maybe that's why I had low BP earlier. あなたって日だまり目指しそう私は気まぐれ日なのにあなたはどこにもいやしないやいや Oh, I love this song. Right? Like, it was so sudden. I almost canceled stream today because my body is cold. I'm dizzy. La 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 la. Singing voice is nice. Ah, thank you. Haven't had karaoke in a good while. Haven't felt like it. But also because like my projects have been a lot of screaming recently, so I'm like, ugh. Nakaya bigla. I haven't played. I'm just filling my yearly Project Diva quota. I feel like me changing the toggle for the multi-tap thing Yung four corner step. I feel like that was made... I feel like I did that on stream before. Just to sabotage me of today. Hi, Eugen! Welcome! How are you playing so well and still interacting with chat? Oh, that's the thing, I'm not playing well. I wasn't playing well, look! Garbage! No, I'm kidding. Standard! Pasado naman! How are you, Eugen? How are you all? Let's play something exciting. No. Ooh! These are Miku songs? Yes, they're all Hatsune Miku songs from the current era of when is Hatsune Miku still under current? Like the music label? Or like have they switched fully to Universal and Sony? I don't know. Is there Cendrillon here? I think so. Wait lang, after nito. If walang Cendrillon, I know Adolescence is here. And if not Adolescence, ano to? Cantarella. Song request? Yeah. My screen is too big for my eyes to just hover to the chat. みんなが幸せなのなななななななな知りたいっていつべの公園でみんなが幸せがせばなななななななネオンディンHi! This song is so stupid. I suck. Da. Fuck. Right. Ah! Miku, don't dance like that. I'm sorry, Miku. I love you, but you don't have the body for it. Do not look at me like that with those eyes. Maybe this is why I had a toxic fan base before. I make such comments just out of nowhere. Is the Sensei song Seer? No. That one is not. Di na naabutan nito. Weather got better here too. I can walk without sweating 2 buckets. Weather is getting better, cloudy with some rain, making it much more bearable for you. Hey, let's go! Your body is a machine that turns moderate temperatures into swamp ass while sitting still. Oh, don't worry. I feel like that comes with age and lack of exercise. At least for me it is. Because I feel that so much. Okay, Cantarel. Uy, Sandrillion! Meron! Meron nga, Sandrillion. Wait, di ba kinover mo to, Sensei? Naalala ko, like when I was a new follower, I feel like you just uploaded a cover, I think. I forget already. Kundi ikaw, si Hal. Like, that was around the time that I found you guys. Like, nakita ko, ooh, I like the vibes of this. Uy, nag-upload! We attempted! Yes, let's go. I wasn't super happy. I understand. You'll always want to get better at it. But hey, that's what experience comes in. I learned that a while ago na that better endurance and more exercise makes you sweat faster. It does. Yu. Yu, that's my drink. Do not. No. Singing Sandrillion, hey, let's go! Game size lang to, game size lang. Asha no naka de furuete ta. Yu stream. Yeah, Yu has been here more often now. Woo! Go, Kaito! No! We're having a combo. There it was. My dream is to have a 200 combo streak. I miss this era of Project Div of Hatsune Miku games. Yung talagang makikita mo yung performance nila. That you can see them performing. Because this is also the motion they use for the concerts. So why not, right? Yuyu's getting used to the stage light. Oh, I hope he doesn't yearn it. That's my issue. Yay! It hurts to see standard. Well, what's different between this and full? Mas mahaba yung full. It's longer. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys my favorite PV from here. Oh, I love this. I love this PV. Oh, I love this song. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Game size is full song, yeah. Game size is full song. Talaga? It's not? Really? No. The full version has like more falsetto. Like the longer falsetto at the beginning. I think. Kasi I remember when I listened to Sandrillion and like I play the diva version, I'm always like, ay, bitin yung falsetto. It's the same, really? Mas nauso na ba yung diva version? Oh my god! My age in the Vocaloid fandom is showing. Or, wait. Baka mas sanay lang ako dun sa album version. Baka, I don't know. Basta! Maybe, yeah. Halatang ito yung favorite song, ano? Kowai kowai dani no kokoro no nokusa. Fuck! I got cocky! You lurk! Have a happy lurk, Sensei! Pahinga ka! Whew! okay. Is 30 minutes of Diva enough as a pre-game? Pre-presentation game. Or one more song. One more song. Ah. Oh, it hurts. Oh, my hand hurts. I haven't played in so long. This is now my yearly Diva quota. Ah. Ooh, I love Double Ganger though. I want to play it again. But can also do Unhappy Refrain. Pwede rin Weekender Girl. Not this song. Unhappy Refrain nga. Okay, last song. It's always the last song for the night, Unhappy Refrain. I have to play Unhappy Refrain, even though I played this like thrice already. Before starting stream, actually. I was like, I have to play Unhappy Refrain, right? I have to. Ah, this song is so cool. The music video is so cool. Ah, 200 combo! Ah, fuck!
I'm down, help.
damn it! Oh, we had such a good, it was such a good run! Until I fucked up! Man, it's the addiction, it's the diva addiction coming in, it's, ooh, this is why I stopped playing rhythm games. One more song. Tell na, one more song. Nisoko Hoko, just some Nisoko Hoko. Okay, this is chill, and it's also one of my favorite music videos also. One day we need to have a Project Diva music video tier list. Oh yeah, that is a good idea to... As an excuse to play Project Diva? We do a Project Diva music video tier list? I feel like my audio is actually really low. One safe. I've lost it. I've lost the sauce. I have lost the sauce. We can't have this anymore, chat. We can't have this anymore. I will up the volume. I'm gonna up the volume and then we're gonna do it again. No! Yeah, game audio is low. Oh, you guys should tell me these things! I'm sorry. It's not your fault, it's my fault. Fuck, one safe! Oh, that means I have to play all the songs I played earlier now, too. Oh, a friend is playing Apex Legends. Was it super low? Okay, thank you. I was just self-conscious. I'm sorry, my toxic gamer side is showing. I'm sorry, I must lock in chat. Oh my god! Oh, we're almost at a 300 combo! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh! Fuck! I saw that one safe! 僕の息を吸って大好きじゃなんて言ってみせるけどそれならもう一緒のように一緒僕のハート言葉素で言い聞かせて Getting sweaty, literally, figuratively, yeah. I approached I was sweating, bro. Oh my god, bro, in like a friend way and not in a masculine sibling ship way. Oh my god, bro, like surfer dude, bro. Okay, that's. I must step away. 人ができたんだおめでとう I love this song though. Oh my god, I love this song. I love this era of Hatsune Miku songs. Don't worry, I'm used to gender neutral bro, dude and guy. Yay! Okay, we're here now. I must cease unless like it will persist and we'll get nowhere. I know how to control myself sometimes. Okay, everyone, welcome class to the stream where you guys can steal my intellectual property. No, I'm kidding. Told you guys I'm hyper today. This is not where you steal my intellectual property, but I give you if you have attended the stream and you have proof that you did, you have a non-commercial attribution license to use these concepts that I will share for whatever you want to do with them. Use it for your creative endeavors. Use it as a writing exercise and whatnot. As long as it's not monetized. If you publish it, feel free to credit me. If you're gonna make money off it, we can talk about it. I'm not that selfish. Yeah, here, just reading it out so that you guys don't, so there's no room for loopholes maybe. Disclaimer, I offer each concept and plot in this presentation a non-commercial attribution license. Don't worry, I'm just taking notes for learning. You may take elements or the full concept plot for your own work as long as you credit me. This work should not be monetized, no monetization allowed. If you begin monetizing the work created in tandem or combination with my attribution concept or plot, we can discuss details to sort this out. I am not cruel or selfish or do not allow, I just want clear communication. Fan works are okay! Non-commercial attribution and fair use, no monetization allowed, we can discuss it. So these are scrapped and shelved concepts and plots, primarily from when I was, tonight we'll just discuss college era plots, because like, there's a lot, and like, with my track record of always like, you guys know how I am. Sanay na kayo sa akin. With my track record of always like, oh, we don't have enough time. So we'll just be in the college era plots. Technically, the Sagaverse counts as a college era plot because that's when I started plotting what would be my novel, which would probably be next year, I guess. If you use my work for AI training, absolutely. But yes, college era plots, technically the Akron-verse, the Saga-verse counts there, but I separated these exclusively because these were things I actually pitched to an audience before when I was in college. As you guys know, it's a bit, my college life is a little confusing because sometimes I interchange terms like, I had film classes, I took film, I took animation, I took media ethics. To straighten it out, I majored, I was in multimedia arts, major in graphic design. But before the integration into, before syncing it with other college curriculums, the nationwide curriculum, it was called New Media Arts, which had an emphasis in media ethics. So, and I still took media ethics as an emphasis moving forward when I studied in college. And then I took cinematography classes as an elective, so I technically have some film creds in there. So that's my college. Those are my college credentials. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna delve into college era plots for now. Let's not have an ad right now. So there's 3 here. There's 3 plots here that I listed because these are, quite frankly, the only things I remember. And that's bunch of street kids want to steal an iPad. These aren't the actual titles. This is just I just did this to be funny. Except College Simulator. You guys will see later. The first pitch I had was a bunch of street kids want to steal an iPad. This was from my script writing class, my screenplay writing class, sorry. Because sometimes we just abbreviated it to Script Writing 101, but the full title of the full name of the course was Screenplay Writing 101. Screenplay Script Writing 101. And it was a class essentially on how to write stories for the visual medium. Most often film, but not necessarily just film. And I remember we had an exercise for oh, there's no BGM. Hold on. There you go. Yeah, BGM. This was an exercise. This was for an exercise we had in pitching a story to potential sponsors, investors, producers, production houses. If you want just good I see evil children. Good kids would steal Android. Isn't that like a thing with Apple where like they're the clause in like if they do sponsorships, if an Apple product appears in a piece of visual media, it has to be donned by a good person. It has to be donned by the good guys, so to speak. It can't be from evil people. Oh my goodness. So yes. Hello, Funked! Welcome. We just started. Don't worry. You haven't missed much. In fact, we're at the start. I just gave the... so far, what's been done in the stream, apart from the 1 hour of Project Diva, is Sugoi! Is the disclaimer and talking about my college era things. I cleared up some possible misconceptions and clarifications you guys might have about my college history. The full Weeb era plots will be for next time because I made this PowerPoint earlier today. I didn't have time. Yeah, when I got here, I was like, oh, my body is cold. Why? Okay, yeah. I only know that Google took out the "we don't do evil" out of their company guidelines. Well, I mean, like... you know. Anyway, so my first college pitch, this was for our screenplay script writing class, and I just made this because or rather like I compiled whatever I could remember from it because I don't have them anymore. Google took out "don't be evil." Yes, at least those fucks are self-aware. Yeah. This was a pitch for just an exercise on like how to pitch if you are going to write a story for you're going to show a project to investors or sponsors or other things. Like you want to make a movie. If you want to make a movie, you got to know how to pitch it. So this was my pitch. This is a completely made up concept for a movie that I made. And I was pretty happy with the concept of the story that there would have been, but I'm personally not smart enough to write the full thing, but I will talk about the story. The would have been title would be At the Francisco Holmes Terminal, or because this would have been a Filipino movie set in the Philippines here, the title would have been Sa Pila sa Francisco Holmes, or yes, in English, At the Francisco Holmes Terminal. It's set in the late 90s to early 2000s, vague ballpark of a timeline. And I will snooze all the ads until we get to the late game. I will read out the elevator pitch premise for this. A misguided street kid tries to steal one of the first touchscreen tablets in the ever made from a guy he sees in line for the terminal every day. But instead, he forms a brotherly bond with his planned victim. Will the child succumb to the pressures of his peers, or will he believe in the power of found family? Ooh. Why it was shelved, developing would cost money. And this was just a college pitch exercise. Again, it wasn't meant to be a real thing. But if you want to write this, go ahead. Use it as a prompt. Money! Yes, money. So this would have been set in the late 90s to early 2000s. Francisco Holmes is actually a place in my hometown. But the story doesn't take place there. The story takes place at a terminal to that place. Wherein a guy wherein a guy would be in line at the terminal to Francisco Holmes every day, every night, and then the protagonist street kid would see the guy there every day on his like tablet. This was set in the early 2000s, so technically the iPad wasn't a thing yet. Late 90s to early 2000s, the iPad wasn't a thing yet. I remember the thing that was actually the tablet was an IBM something. I did my research at the time, but I didn't do it anymore. Agay. Aragoy! Agoy! Putay na. When they get a minor injury. So true. Agoy! Aragoy! Yeah. So it was an IBM touchscreen thing. One of the first in the market. And the kid sees this, is curious, but also he's like, ooh, I can steal that for money, right? And his friends also want to steal it. Like they have a group of friends. But one day when the kid was just by himself, the protagonist street kid, not gonna lie, I feel like his name was just Boy. Yeah, iPad was another new Apple thing that's been done way before. Yep. So, a guy. Street kid sees guy one day, early morning, waiting for the terminal. Yeah, waiting at the terminal for his ride. And then, turns out the guy is fond of, the guy wants to be a teacher, and he sees the kid. He's like, "Hey, wanna play on my iPad? I have Roblox." Whatever equivalent would have been in the early 2000s or late 90s. I don't know, Snake or like ping pong, tennis. It would count nowadays as a period piece. Everybody has at least one relative that's just named Boy. Yeah. No. Boy, I think, was what I named the antagonistic child that comes up later. Because they're a group of children. They're like 7 street kids. And like one of them would have been girly. And then like Boy is like the main, the head honcho of the street kids. I forget what the protagonist kid would have been. Let's just call him Kid. We call him Kid. RuneScape, yeah. Kid. Yeah, we'll call him Kid for this. I already forget. So, touchscreen tablet from a guy every day. The guy wants to be a teacher. The guy had a normie ass name, I remember. It was like Neil or something. But for here, we'll just call him Guy. He's like the guy that you'd see in like, you know, he's just a guy. He's the guy, your nerdy blockmate at school. So wants to be a teacher, and he sees Kid, and he's like, "Hey, I want to play on my touchscreen tablet." And because touchscreen tablets were not a thing at this time, Kid is very curious, and then they form a little bit of like, you know, a bit of a friendship because the guy is actually nice to him, gives him food, and then like doesn't give him money, and instead like treats him like a human being or whatever. And a friendship forms, but then pressures of his peers, the other kids down the block find out that like he's trying to make friends with the rich people. And the kid is like, you know, through the experiences of like, they're trying to humanize the thing, etc. Hi kids, my name is Guy Normal Person. I was the nerdy blockmate. Hey, let's go. But you don't like children. Unless that meme you shared in the server is an indication of anything. I wouldn't want to know. Anyway. Yeah. Power of Found Family. This took place here. I took pictures that would have been in this era. So like you guys can see, Filipinos in chat, you know, you guys know that this is the very, very old logo of SM Supermalls. And back then it wasn't called Supermall, it was City. It was SM City. I actually don't know if like they changed all the malls into SM Supermalls. I know that like, because here it's we don't have SM City. It's called or SM Supermall. It's called SM Echo Park or just SM. SM is like a mall, a chain of malls here in the Philippines to international viewers. They don't have a monopoly per se, but like they're everywhere. Like each city has at least one SM mall, which is fine. You know, many memories were made here. Anyway, it took place here. It took place in this terminal specifically. The two primary locations are SM Fairview terminals specifically, and then this is the Lagro MCT arcade. This was a picture from the 2000s. Or probably 2010s because it already looks a little cleaner. But yes, this is an arcade center right here. To international viewers, if you guys hear the name arcade or arcade center, it doesn't mean that it's like what it means probably in the US with like it has games and like cool fun things that children and teens can play in. No, it's just more of like, it was just a cluster of stores under one roof. But it wasn't a mall either. It was just a bunch of strung along kiosks, I think. I don't know how to call it. But yes, this is where the street kids hang out. And also that like I did it that way because here's a close-up of the MCT arcade. If you go through these dark alleyways that lead into the arcade, right? It actually leads out into a greater like squatter area complex and like just a bunch of like old buildings that are like, you know, stuff. It's like at the back of the arcade. Something like this is what you'd find. Something like these. So these were like this is what I remember pitching as like the location shoots. And then if you get past all of these also, you would find the divide between the poor people and the rich people. So it's a very like the Philippines has a very like, because like if you guys look up Philippines like internationally, if you look up the Philippines, it's either you find these kinds of sceneries or like the rich touristy sceneries, you know, or like BGC where everything looks lush and rich, I say in quotations, but like these I wanted this to portray the middle ground between it's not even a rich this isn't even a rich per se community. It's just middle class between clusters D and E and the ones that are at least able to attain a basic education. There, I'll put it that way. Arcade is used similarly in Germany, just a street with shops, sometimes with a roof. Yeah. Something like that's what we have as arcades here. So these are the locations of the thing. And I wanted the location to be here. I wrote the location to be here because I grew up in this area. I grew up in these areas. I didn't live in these areas. I lived in the area in Francisco Holmes, but we'd often go here, like to SM City Fairview, to hang out and then like do groceries, because back then there weren't a lot of there wasn't things like a supermarkets or big restaurants in our area back in the day, in our hometown. So just a drive here would have been like 30 minutes at the time, an hour at most. That was before, like, the MRT7 was built here. I saw when I was looking up the things here, I saw what it looks like now. It's so different. But back then, this is what it looks like. This is what it looked like back in the day. So it's a literal divide between the middle class and the entryway to the poor people. The poor people. I say that with like just the dictionary terminology, not derogatorily. Because yeah, you have this on one side, and then you have this on the other. And it's not even like rich versus poor or anything. It's just middle class versus poor. So yeah. This is where Guy would always have been found. And I don't know if this is a thing in other countries, but like here in the Philippines, we have these vans as public utility vehicles. Like they're like some of them can be used as taxis, but more often than not, they're in a they're somewhat turned into carpool services, so that like everyone who goes from one terminal to the other, etc. They're like very tiny buses. That's the best I can describe it for an international audience, I guess. They're like taxis repurposed to carpool multiple people. Probably like 12 to 15 passengers at a time. Because these are much more accessible for people to contract for drivers to be able to ride out. Instead of registering as a bus driver, this is a lot more cost efficient for everyone to maintain. That's such a cool idea. It was an idea born out of necessity. Yeah, sometimes you get the cool vehicles, like this shiny one over here, or sometimes you get the kinda not great ones. There aren't any that are not great in this picture though. But sometimes they're really old because they lack they weren't given the proper care they should have been given in the 10 years of their tenure as a vehicle. So like, it is what it is. From what I have seen, these sceneries don't look like this anymore. Like the open sky, etc. Because now there's this line here. That's where they built the new MRT line. MRT is like the Metro Rail transit line. So like now there's big railways and then a big terminal over here, so you don't see the sky anymore. I prefer it still to every person owning their own car. Yeah, honestly. But also, like, there's a lot of politics with, like, Philippine transportation systems and whatnot, but I am not educated enough to even dare speculate about it. But yeah. There were other characters in this story. Like, it being revealed that Guy was a student at UP Diliman, which is like one of the top universities here in Philippines, and then there was a painter girl named I forget what her name really was, but she was a friend of Guy who was commissioned to paint a mural somewhere in one of the parking lots of SM Fairview for a campaign for Nescafe, because something similar like that happened way back in the 90s. And I thought that would have been a fun addition to the story. And she was also like being harassed by the street kids, and I thought that feels real. That feels real. And she was also like, she didn't interact with the children the same way Guy did. But when Guy found out about the kids, one of whom he made friends with, was being harassed by Painter Girl. Her nickname, she was nicknamed by the street kids as Sisa, which is a character from a novel by Jose Rizal, right? El Filibusterismo. Was it? Fuck. Sisa. Yeah, the painter girl was nicknamed Sisa for her big curly hair, and because she was very much a loner and cranky. Because the character Sisa in the novels El Filibusterismo is a was like, oh man, I forget. This was a subject in high school. I forget already. But she was essentially like branded as a crazy person and a witch. Crazy person and a witch. So like everyone stayed away from her. So the kids would joke like, haha, you're Sisa. You're crazy. You're crazy, spilling coffee all over the thing. Because like she was just painting in the shades of brown. Because it was supposed to be a campaign with Nescafe. She was commissioned. When no, she actually has a lot of money. Anyway, yeah. That's it. I remember the conflict being like, you know, kid making friend with guy teaching kid, and guy eventually like urging kid to invite his street kid friends to like, hey, why don't you all, you know, start going to school? I can teach you. So like the guy proposes that like they hold little free teaching sessions in the parking lot where Sisa is. But the other kids are like they're very opportunistic. They're like yeah, okay, we'll do that. But also like while he isn't looking, let's steal his stuff for money. It's later revealed that Boy, the antagonist, the street kid antagonist, has been, because it's very well established that these children do steal, like they're pickpocketers, and then Boy specifically owes money, because I think Boy is like 13 years old, and the kid, the protagonist child, is just 7. There we go again with the lucky numbers. But yes, Boy, age 13, owes money to older teenagers who indoctrinated him to do drugs. And so he owes a lot of money from the teenagers who deal drugs. Or they're not dealing drugs. They're just like, you know, peer pressure and whatnot. Peer pressure begets pressure. And a trickle of, like, there's all this. It's a trickle-down power play system in the street gangs, child street gangs. And Kid, he doesn't come from, like, Kid isn't really, like, their family is just really poor. Hey, Ramstorm! Oh my god, haven't seen you in a hot minute! Welcome! Hold on. Let's shout you out, my dude. Randstorm, Grip, guy who does cool things. They do D&D, and they have... The last time I've seen you around, you were going on a skill up upskilling. I do be lurking in the streams, don't worry. Thank you. That makes me self-conscious now, because you're very cool and you have a really awesome community, and I think more people should join your community. I'm always working nowadays. True. In this economy, yeah. I have also been really busy. Anyway, yes. No, you're cool. No, you're cool. No, you. And then I do like the Uno thing. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Uno thing. Anyway, yeah. Where was I? Street kid, yada yada. 13-year-old boy owes money to teenage drug dealers. We'll just put it that way. Owes money to teenage drug dealers, and so 13-year-old boy harasses his posse of 6 to 10-year-olds to pickpocket from people at the terminal so that he can eventually pay back the teenagers. But the teenagers, the drug dealing teenagers, just keep upping the prices because the teenagers also owe money from the big actual drug dealing adults. And so eventually, Kid, Boy, and crew eventually do steal the IBM tablet. Mind you, it was an IBM tablet, one of the first commercially produced tablets. And this was set in the 90s to early 2000s. So it was appraised to be very valuable. I'll fight you, I swear to God. No, you! Magsuntukan tayo sa Ace Hardware, I don't know. I've been on that vintage nostalgic grind recently because before all this we played Project Diva, and then like I dug up my old the eshers of my college memories so I can dig up the college concepts I had when I used to study film. I miss that. Yes, me too. Yeah, drug dealing, etc. Oh yeah, right. Why stealing the IBM tablet is such a big point of contention for Kid is because Kid, he's not from a bad family. They're just really poor that they can't afford to send him to school. Because here in the Philippines, even if you go to a public school, education isn't free. You still have to pay tuition. And even though tuition in public school is cheap, a lot of families can't really afford that. Because sometimes, like, a monthly tuition fee costs, like, a week of groceries at the time. At least, from what I remember, from my experience dealing with children from impoverished backgrounds. So, yeah. So, Kid protagonist lost his dad, and so his father figure is actually one of the barkers at the terminal named Tito, who is also his uncle. Tito is like the term for uncle, but it's also a name here in the Philippines. So like sometimes you have an uncle named Tito. We're weird. We just do that. So yeah. And so the IBM something owned by Guy, who wants to be a teacher, right? Guy, actually, the IBM is from his dad, who's also dead. So Street Kid and Guy have a dead father connection. They're like, we both lost our dads and we miss him, and this is for Street Kid protagonist, he understands that like, oh, because I don't have that father connection, because we're too poor to be able to afford sentimentality. Whereas Guy at least has the IBM tablet to remember his father by. So that's the point of conflict between Kid and Boy and the crew. I don't know if I'm telling this story as effectively as I should. Clearly, I didn't learn enough in college, because this was supposed to be a presentation for college back in the time. So yes, and then I do know that, like, for what I remember of what I wrote on my pitch, or rather the pitch Bible, is at the end, the IBM does get stolen, and Kid tries so hard to get it back, but Boy already sold it off to the teenagers who then sold it off, etc. And Kid just wants to get it back, but of course he can't because he's just friggin' 7-8 years old. And eventually he still sees Guy at the terminal, but of course his iPad got stolen. His IBM tablet got stolen. So he doesn't want to talk to the street kids anymore, because what the fuck, right? So now he's just extra guarded and like, oh, that one little bit of friendship I had with like people who are actually decent, I don't have that anymore. And I do believe that eventually Guy doesn't go to the terminal anymore after that. And Boy also doesn't get to find the tablet. Time skip. Street Kid started going to school. Something about like his family moved eventually now to Francisco Holmes, but also he has never seen Guy ever again. But now Street Kid goes to school, goes to college, worked really hard, and now he finds himself at the terminal every day, every night, and he remembers that like, oh, this is where I fucked up when I was 8. And I think that's the story. That's the full story. I think, if I remember correctly, Boy and the Street Kid crew, like their posse of like 6 to 10-year-olds, and Boy, the antagonistic street kid, I know that like they also just drift apart. I know that Boy becomes a drug addict. That was part of the plan always. He kind of just gets enmeshed in that culture, and it's really hard to part from it, etc. The other kids, because everyone has some semblance of parenthood, guardianship among them. So like, Boy becomes this like prodigal child in their community. Like, don't be friends with Boy. He stole an iPad. Became the fall guy, etc. Sad story, but you know, that's life. That's the pitch for the movie that I pitched when I was in college.
Why did you call him a prodigal child?
What should it have been?
It's like prodigal is a good thing, like a prodigy.
Oh, what's the thing? The guy who went and became bad and then came back regretting everything.
Prodigal?
Definitely. Come on, boo. I've been speaking Tagalog more often, so my English is a little bad.
I don't recall.
I know it's a P word.
Pariah?
Sure. So yeah, that's the story of At the Francisco Holmes Terminal. It mostly takes place at the terminal. It mostly takes place at the terminal. Sometimes it takes place in terrible urban locations, and sometimes it takes place in a not so terrible urban location. Just kidding, they're all terrible. All urban locations are terrible. Hashtag cottagecore. Hashtag trad wife mom. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. This is a sad story. I write a lot of sad stories. I'm into sad stuff. So yeah, that's that. Next story. Doomed Yuri. Pariah is like an outcast. Well, that's not wrong. Boy did become a pariah. He's so funny that his name was just Boy. I remember that much. Hold on, I'm gonna drink. A drink. Because we're moving on to Doomed Yuri. I didn't really have a reason to write or pitch this. I was kind of just like, oh, I think this would be cool. I think this would be cool. And also you can very clearly see what was hip and cool during the time that I was in college. No, actually, I don't know. I don't know. Life is Strange was definitely like the big thing when I was in college. Doomed Yuri. I conceptualized this for no reason other than I was like, I want to do something. So that would have been title of this is Thus She Left. And the peg is like the feel, the mood of the story would have been a 13 Reasons Why meets Anohana meets Life is Strange. Why did I shelf it? I was just too busy. I was in college and like, I don't know. I definitely vibe with the concept of it, but I was just like, I don't know. So allow me to read to you the premise. The would have been premise of this. MC, that is her name. MC still can't find a job at age 26. I was obviously not 26 at the time that I wrote this. Her miserable, solitary life is shaken to its core when she learns of her old childhood best friend turned popular travel vlogger Beatrix sadly passed away in an accident in one of her travels. At B's funeral, MC is informed that she left a secret project to be uncovered by their old BFF group when they all turn 35. What comes next is an all-around the Philippines trip to uncover the rest of B's post-mortem message. So it's the concept for this would have been, so Beatrix is a popular travel vlogger, as said here, and she when she passed away in this tragic accident, she MC was given a little thing by B's mom because they turns out were their childhood friends, right? And during the funeral, something MC noticed that like, oh, everyone's so fake, yada yada. They're just here to clout chase and also like meet Beatrix's fans and see how popular she is. Ooh, I don't know. It was a very bitter mindset at the time. I was very stressed in college. And turns out in the message that she left in her stuff that their mom found, that B's mom found, that the reason why Beatrix started travel vlogging was she was kind of leaving little bits and pieces of herself doing a treasure hunting sort of thing for all of them to go on when they all turn 35. I don't know why I chose these ages. I don't know. I guess quite frankly, I was at that point in time where I just wanted to travel. Because I remember at the time that I conceptualized this, I was already like working in production. So I was traveling a lot and I was like, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if like a hot travel vlogger like buried something in here? and like her group of friends would find the tapes, etc. Because 13 Reasons Why. I have very simple ideas. I'm not very creative, actually. So yeah, it becomes like, ooh, now MC has to gather the old group of friends so they can go on this adventure. Because look, our old best friend who we haven't talked to in years because she got popular, left something for us, and now we must look for it. And my vision for this was that each episode, because I kind of saw this as like it would have been like either a book or it's a fun idea. Yay! My vision for this either would have been a book or a series. It had to be live action because it's a Philippine tourism promotion disguised as viewery because they're traveling around the Philippines, so they're going to various tourism spots, and like they find little bits and pieces of B's message there. Maybe I was also like the Amazing Race pilled. I like reality shows during this time in my life. Like I have old reality shows that like I just have on my phone. I'd be watching them during my commute. So yeah. So like the plan for this was, bear with me, if this was like a Netflix show or something of the sort. If this was a Netflix short, imagine every episode starts after the pilot, of course, after episode 0, which is the premise and laying out of the plot. From episode 2 onwards, it would be from MC's perspective, flashing back into the past, like she kind of like introduces the audience, us viewers, to someone from their high school or like their friend group. And like, this is Guy. This is Guy. He wanted to be a teacher, yada yada. And then like, this was his role in the group. And then like, from their BFF youthfulness, flash forward to now when, they haven't talked in like 10 years ever since the accident when his IBM tablet got stolen or some shit like that. Like every episode would have been centered around that newly introduced character, MC trying to recruit the new character to join in and just go on this thing. And the conflict is always like come on, don't like we're all supposed to be adults now. At age 26. I have a job. I have a family to feed. I need to build up my savings. I'm paying taxes now. Unlike you who's jobless, I actually have a life. Oh, to be young and think that 26 is old enough to be able to do that. In this economy, the economy was good back then. You could do that same story and every place they go to is a different San Francisco. Yeah! But yeah, and then like there's always that hook of like, don't you remember when B did this thing for us? She wants us to reunite again, etc. At least like the first few episodes, probably like episodes 2 to 5, would be gathering the old group. And then now, like, they at first begrudgingly come along, cue flashbacks to when they were younger, and like they had these kinds of conflicts, or this was this kind of person back in the day. Now things are so different, or things are so different now, but maybe it's not so different after all. Stuff like that. Like, you know, the past repeats itself. And then episodes probably 6 and 7, maybe if this is a 12 episode show, let's say. Episodes 6 and 7 would have been they're now coming into conflicts with securing the money, etc. And then That would have been episode. But of course, they would succeed. The power of friendship or whatever. And also sentimentality. Maybe it won't be free from fights. I love drama. I love it when people are toxic in fiction. I love it when people are toxic in fiction. So they would be very toxic. And then episodes probably 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, and 10 would have been traveling around various locations, etc. This is when the scenic shots happen. Like, yeah, we're going here, etc. More flashbacks to the past and then reflecting back on the future. They find a little bit of the message that B left, probably from someone in that community, etc. Episodes 11 and 12 would have been a culmination of like they're piecing together the final message, or would have been. And if it doesn't get renewed for a season 2, if it doesn't get renewed for a season 2, it would be like, oh, the adventure continues because the story isn't complete yet. They haven't. There's still so many more pieces to be found. But if it doesn't get renewed, and it will just end in that, they will find that, oh, the story is actually not complete because, you know, B wasn't able to complete it because she fucking died. And then it's sad. And oh, another thing I forgot was like, throughout that 12 episode journey, because we've been flashing back to the past, etc. Remember, we're all working from MC's perspective. MC realizes that like all this time, ever since they from when they were friends down to when they parted ways, they couldn't keep in touch, etc. And then B got popular, and then B passed away. Turns out MC realizes, oh, she's actually in love, and now she can't profess that love because, oh, she's dead. And I was very inspired by this thing from Tumblr back in the day. I tried so hard to look for the credit for this. I could not find it. But this was the heavily memed drawing of I'm not like other girls. Wherein like, me, I'm not like other girls because I like good music, I like my clothes, I wear dark clothes, I have feelings, I want to be respected, etc., etc. And then other girls are cute, yada yada, blah blah blah. And then like, because it's such a ridiculous concept, actually I didn't read this, and like turns out this is actually also very good. Like a subversion of the joke, the initial post, which was posted unironically. Because that was so ridiculous that people started shipping me and other girls, the not like other girl and the other girls. So like, I was very inspired by that aesthetic. Because like, MC is supposed to be this gloomy protagonist who doesn't take care of herself. And B is supposed to be this like, you know, she's the it girl, she's popular, she's a friggin' travel vlogger. I was very inspired by one of my college friends who's very pretty, and like when we all parted ways, when she graduated, she became a digital nomad, so she lived that van life, actually, #van life. And I know that she settled at like a beachfront house, which she built herself. She wasn't like, she was from a very well-founded family. I don't think she was I don't think she was well connected or whatever, but I know that they weren't middle class. I'll say that much. But yeah, she was really pretty. I was low-key kind of gay for her, actually. She was so pretty. She was my peg for it. But of course, I don't want her to die. Please don't die. I don't think anyone should die. So yes. She realizes at the end, oh, I'm actually lesbian. and the love of my life is dead. Oh. And it's supposed to be like B's being like B being herself all the way to the end of her life, because you know she died what she loved doing, even if like it was a very tragic end, like an abrupt end to someone's life. She did doing what she loved. So like this inspires MC to be a better person and just also have confidence in herself. Again, even though she's not like other girls, she likes her clothes, she has feelings, and she should be respected. So yes, that's the takeaway. That is the takeaway. Oh, I didn't know that today would be a bit of a short stream actually. Hold on, let me drink some water. Love, I don't want this. Okay. What do you guys think of these things so far, and like my really scuffed way of talking about them? Cause like I'm chill. I'm drinking water. I kind of tilted my jug a bit too much, so now I spilled water on myself a little bit. I like those. Yay. Again, feel free to take these ideas to write stuff about it, because when I conceptualized this, I was just like going for vibes. Like, ooh, I like the vibe of this. But also, I'm like, I now expect the full story on my desk by 5. Oh my goodness. I have tea. That's why Doomed Yuri was such a short thing, because there's tea about this. So I actually proposed this after college. And then I went a little soul searching. I was soul searching about like what I wanted to do in life. And voice acting was kind of there, but I also like I knew that I wasn't gonna be just doing voice acting. Like I wanted something else to be my actual thing. And I know that I've always wanted to write stories, so I ghost wrote a bunch of things until I earned enough cred to be shortlisted for a publication to write books. Now, during this time, the group I was under was, hold on, let me make let me make a slide for this. Sugar for the tea. Okay, hold on. Let's just write this as tea time. Okay, so ghostwriting, etc. I was put in a group that would be writing for a new series of books, a new collection of books under the same publishing house, but like they were trying to form a little subsidiary house, because the main publishing house caters for a mass appeal audience, which includes educational material for children, etc. This one was going to be strictly fiction for teens and LGBT. I don't know why they lumped those two together. So they needed people who can write for They grouped together people who will write teen and or LGBT stories. So I pitched this as my book. And during the pitch process, they're like, "Ooh, we like this. Yeah, this sounds like a cool concept." So like, okay, during the pitch process, we're like, "Cool, then I'll write a test chapter and also like the plan for the book. Like an outline, etc. Like just a rough outline, etc. And then send it for approval to my assigned editor." I sent that chapter 1 and that thing to the editor. I wrote that chapter in just under a week because that was their deadline. And then like when they came back to it, they're like, "Okay, we see the vision, but is it okay?" Because you guys remember the thing earlier wherein I was like, imagine if this was a Netflix show, we'd have flashbacks to the times when they were young, and those flashbacks would serve like as just for contrast to how different things are today, things are now, and it's more of a reflection of how we've changed as adults and how we will further change, etc., etc. And that maybe things may be different now, but maybe they're not so different after all once you delve deeper into it, stuff like that. Like, the flashbacks are just there for contrast. My editor wanted me to focus on the high school and the youth aspects. They wanted me to set it in high school. And like, what if they're like traveling teenagers? So like, turns out, I don't know why, but based on my pitch back in the day, they thought they thought this was going to be like a time travel story or something where they can literally flash back or forward in time. So they wanted me to do that. And I said, no, that's not what it's about. But like, can I write it anyway? Can I do the thing that I intended from the start? And then they never got back to me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Whatever, man. And like, I would even be sending messages like, hello, do I proceed with this story? Hello, do I do this, etc. And then I even wrote like, I even kind of updated the pitch to be more like, okay, there's a little bit more of the high school, but it's more explicitly in the past. And then they only responded a little bit more. Like their last response was like, because they wanted it to be like LGBT, right? So like, this was the ship. This has always been the ship. We always like, MC always talks about how B is this like, oh, she was so pretty. Oh, she's always so confident. I wish I could be like her, yada yada. And then at the very end, she realizes, oh, I actually loved her very much. So like, the main character is explicitly gay. And then they're like, remembering this. We like your idea, but you do it completely different. Yeah, that's essentially what they did, right? Oh, and remembering this makes my blood boil now. Oh my god. Because, remembering this makes my blood boil. When I wrote 5 chapters, and then they went back to the outline and pitch. Mind you, they sent back screenshots of my very first outline draft. And they said, so like, we noticed that MC doesn't have a love interest. Can you make the guy best friend the love interest? Because like the first guy, the first guy friend that she gets to join in the posse, to look for B's old scraps. They wanted that guy to be the love interest. MC is gay. I think I actually also made the guy gay. They're like, can you make them the ship? Because like, it would sell more if it had a straight ship. I said, no. The love interest is B. And B is dead. And we're just skimming through memories. This is not a romance. This is an LGBT story. And they didn't respond. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then a month later without responses, because I'm like, I have a life outside of this also. I was going to workshops, I was learning acting. Right. I agree, Eugen. So like a month has passed. Mind you, I have a life. At this point, this was the point when like I wasn't in college already. I was homeless. I was learning acting, and I was getting more voice jobs. I was trying to get into the voice acting industry here in the Philippines at the time. So this was 2016 already, 2016, 2017. They said, I received an email. Mind you, from like, it wasn't the initial email chain of me asking questions and submitting manuscripts. It was a new email chain from a new editor, and they said, "Hi, Fran, have you finished the manuscript?" They were already expecting a full book without checking in on me for a month, when part of the contract was weekly check-ins. I was so mad. I did not respond. I just blocked. And from what I know, this subsidiary eventually failed. I think it was just very terribly mismanaged by whatever the fuck those people were doing. Like, they only released one set of books, and it was just 5 books out of the 15 writers that they onboarded. Only 5 made the cut, apparently. Because I feel like I wasn't the only person who got really frustrated with how they handled it. But oh my god, remembering that is so like, oh, that was so, frustrating. It was terrible. I need to calm myself. Okay. So that's I have thoughts about those people that would be too spicy for a stream. Me too. Me too, actually. So those are the 2 college plots I had. College era plots. Doomed Yuri was something that like was, hey, thank you for the head pats. I don't think I have the program that enables the Twitch integration for the redeems, but I can feel the love from the head pats. Thank you. The head pats were done in a spiritual form. Yeah. I remember Doomed Yuri I wrote at the time.
What the fuck?
Well, that still works. Doomed Yuri was a time when I was not in a very good place in life, as earlier mentioned, like I was homeless, etc. That's what counts. Yeah. I was homeless, etc. But I was still doing stuff. Good stuff. I got back as soon as the what the fuck soundbite played. Hey, welcome back, Sensei. Oh my god, you missed my rant about this novel concept I had that like technically when I told my friends back in the day about this whole thing, when I told my friends about this whole thing, they I would always preface it with like, hey guys, wanna know about the time that I lost a publishing deal? And by the end of the story, it was like, you didn't lose a publishing deal, they lost on you. And you're like, yeah, you're right. I just did that for the clickbait. So yeah, that subsidiary did not take off at all. It failed. Like, yeah, out of the 15 writers they onboarded, only 5 books were made, and never again. LGBT fiction, my ass. I made an LGBT tragic Yuri ship, and they were like, can you make the couple straight, actually? Can you make the guy best friend? Like, can you make them fall in love by the end? I'm like, angry. This is supposed to be girl failure realizes she's in love with the it girl who tragically passed away in an accident. Because I love tragedy. I love tragedy, and also this was supposed to be like to sell you all in on the really cool places in the Philippines, because I traveled a lot during this time in my life. Not because I was homeless, that was a completely different thing, but also because I was homeless. During the conception of this, I wasn't homeless, but then when I started writing it, I was homeless. The homelessness had nothing to do with the traveling thing. So yeah, eventually I started getting into voice acting, and then like I started voice acting full time, and that's why I was not able to write it. But if you want to write it, by all means, go ahead. Because I am not as well traveled anymore. The world has changed, etc. So maybe you guys would be able to do something more profound than what I would have been able to. And I feel like you guys will notice a theme with a lot of what I like writing is there's always like this reminiscing of the past, reflecting on the present, etc. And also like a reflection of the human condition, I guess. And there's also always this like calling back to the past, calling back to when you were young. Feel free to psychoanalyze that about me. I quite frankly don't know what that means. So I don't know. I genuinely don't know. These themes are also somewhat present in my current novel project. The Sagaverse stuff. These, the full Weeb era plots we'll discuss next time. Even this one. This is the most recent one. But that will be for next time because I didn't have time for it. But I will tell you, the last bit in this, my last college era idea. This is now college era idea. I'll do that. Hold on. Because College Simulator was actually my idea for a game. So what would College Simulator be? Again, I was in college at the time. So, mid 2010s? Mid to late 2010s? You're nuts, you're crazy in the coconut. So, College Simulator. This was an idea at a time that Goat Simulator was a thing and was very popular. So, my concept. Hear me out. This is a really big hear me out. Goat Simulator, but with a school system. So, you create a college student, your player character, that you use to navigate around the campus map. You take your classes by entering classrooms and interacting with various learning materials during your designated class times. So, like, when you make a character, you choose their course, you're given a schedule, and you go through a semester. And whenever the semester changes, you get a new schedule. And then you also have a part-time job. You earn money with your part-time job, so you can pay dormitory rent. So, like, that's the game cycle. Enroll, take classes, part-time job, pay rent. That's the game cycle. And then each semester changes, etc. You do that. As you keep doing that, you level up your subject grades. So eventually, after however long semesters, until you level up your skills to whatever thing it has, you then earn your diploma. So there's structure, right? But everything is ragdoll physics based. That was my idea. I was like, the limbs don't move in human ways. It was like, my idea was this. It was like Gang Beasts, or like this, or QWOP. Wherein like, when you move your character, it's not a human being. You can't climb stairs unless you do outlandish things. But you have to go to classes, etc. And mind you, they're timed. Octodad! Yes! That was that was the idea. I still, quite frankly, if any of you, wink wink, are a game dev and are devoid of games to make, feel free to take this. It is just a credit away from me. Just put somewhere, this was Fran's idea. It doesn't even have to be Franaderia. Like, I wanted a really scuffed game where you have a semblance of a human being model, kind of just cartwheel into a classroom, and then you kind of just button mash at a bookshelf in the classroom, and that's how you pass your literature class. That was the idea. I remember telling my friends about this one day while we were waiting for class to start, and we weren't sure if the professor would be there. We were all like... I was like, hey guys, what if like Goat Simulator but college? And then they're like, Fran, please no. I remember having this idea during finals week, and that was something that made me cope well with finals week for that semester. It was a good time. I feel like the ragdoll physics would be so cool. Cause like, it's like Goat Simulator, right? So you can also fight. You can also fight things. You can pick up an object and throw it at people, at NPCs. The difference from Goat Simulator would be that no one really dies. Everything is just nice and happy, but also like chaotic. I want this game to be a thing. Maybe this game already exists. I don't know. There are a lot of ideas I've had in the past that are now actual games. Not because I made it, or not because someone I know made it. It's just someone had the exact same idea way before I did, because creativity is not... I am not creative, actually. There's no original thought anymore. So yeah, that's College Simulator. If you're a game dev listening to this, make it. If you need me to pay you to make it, we'll talk about it. I am $2,000 in debt. So I can't pay you. If I need to sell a kidney, I would not be able to sell a kidney. My kidneys are bad. Okay, that's it. That's the stream. Those were my ideas. We have full Weeb era plots that are enumerated over here. That will be for next time because again, I was lazy. The full Weeb era plots are tech support magical girls. I believe I talked about this in our server already. The Church of Vinny, where we worship our good Lord Troglodyte Vinny. And this is fun. I still enjoy this thing, but I'm not smart enough to write it. That's why I just shelved it. These two I haven't talked about yet. Allow me to read item 2, 80 Days Around the World, Fully Cooly style heist story starring DreamWorks The Bad Guys. That's not the title, that's just the elevator pitch. And I had this idea way before the Bad Guys ever existed. Actually, I just had an idea of an 80 Days Around the World heist story but in the visual style of Fully Cooley, because I like Fully Cooley, and also the music by The Pillows I think is also really cool. But like I was very inspired by that punk aesthetic. Yo Loser, very degrading title. This is actually the title, Yo Loser, but this one is cool. This one's cool. It is about a loser, actually. This one's weird, because the concept of this came upon me in a dream. But that'll be for next time, because it's a little weird, and I also need to think about how to simplify my ideas in the same way I did these before I had a low blood pressure attack, and I just got lazy. Okay, this is a just chatting now. Maybe in the future I will write these. I don't know. I feel like I'd really rather just give it away, you know, because I'm like, Yo Loser is about a loser. What a twist, Fred Knight Shyamalan. Of course. Like I told Wiggle about, like, I remember when I was fresh out off the dream. I remember like just as soon as I woke up, I just grabbed my phone, like, Wiggle, I had a dream, I said in all caps, and then I just jotted it down. Like Wiggle's inbox is my dream journal. That's what I do. Like I kind of just, I think it's fun to have a dream journal if you believe in dream psychology, most especially. Because like you're able to do a lot of cool self-reflection from like dreams. Because like sometimes you can find meaning in I don't know, like you had a dream wherein like you were doing spicy things with your boss. Sometimes that's not about you actually wanting to do spicy things with your boss, but it's something about like in your inner psyche, your boss represents something that you are actually pining for, or something, or some such. Maybe you do want to be dominated. But yeah, Yo Loser was a very like art attack type of dream for me, wherein like the art style kept changing. I don't do you guys have those kinds of dreams? Do you guys have those kinds of dreams wherein like like your dream is like you're watching a movie in a certain thing and you believe that it's a movie or a show or whatever. Maybe you want capitalism to get fucked, bitch! Yeah! Absolutely. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, I am an avid believer of dream psychology. Not like ooh, you should listen to it, but like I just think it's fun to piece your like part your mind hallucinations apart and find some meaning in it, and how you can work that into your day or life in general. Like if you had a nightmare, especially like if you have a nightmare or like a very visually interesting dream, like I always like Google like the weird thing in the dream meaning. I had a dream where I had to paint the rocks in Antarctica with white paint to prevent. Oh no! Yeah, see, you can pick that apart and like break it down into concepts, and then each concept you Google the meaning of it. Like so like painting rocks in Antarctica with white paint. So you look up seeing white in dream meaning, white paint in dream meaning, painting in dream meaning. Act of painting in dream meaning. And then like you Google the exact type of like whatever sort of fear you have, like I don't know, fear of global warming. Maybe you are just like very ecologically conscious and you want global warming to stop. I had a dream where I was typically one would say you just had a dream of you're just like maybe you just watched too much war movies or played too much war video games. I don't have a very bright picture of like war video games. Bucket full of white stuff. I'm sorry, okay? Yeah, no, like it's like the endless poop story I had, you know? Like sometimes there's just a bucket full of stuff and it never ends. So like you also look that up. I actually looked up what my dream meant when I had that. Why am I now talking about poop? Because of dreams. We dream of poop sometimes. I remember looking up like pooping in dream meaning. And really, the meaning is just you must be constipated. But also you have emotional repression. Both are true. I had a Call of Duty dream. You had a Call of Duty dream. OMG, I just remembered that I had an endless poop dream. Oh man. No, but like really, if your dream involves letting something out, it's usually either because you need to let that thing out or you have emotional repression. More often than not, it's actually both. Endless poop, emotional repression. Good times. Where was I going with that? Yo loser came upon me in a dream. Yeah, dream journal. I remember I told Wiggle immediately after waking up that like, hey Wiggle, I had this dream, and then like as I jotted it down in our inbox, it just kind of formed into a story as I was jotting it down. And so that's how I was like, this can be a really cool thing. And then I remember when Wiggle finally read through the walls of text that I sent. One of the many. He's used to waking up to my walls of text. I remember him saying that like it made him feel sad. All of my stories are sad! Except College Simulator. College Simulator, it's fun. If you're a game dev, please write College Simulator. I will play it on stream, I promise. Had a dream where a German soldier burned on World War I. That means you like French cuisine with mustard! Yes. Yes. But yeah, I'm really excited to tell that. If you guys can't tell, I haven't been prepared to stream anything recently. I've been busy with work and stuff. I've been working on my rate sheet, and I surveyed friends around to like get an idea of like the minimum base rate. And I always feel like their rates are so like up there. Like, ooh, that's a little expensive. I don't want to charge clients that much because I feel like I'm not worth that much. But then they keep telling me, friends keep telling me, no, friend, you are worth that much. Please raise your prices. And I know. Please raise your prices. And I know that like I should, because being a very cheap setting up shop with cheap prices lowers the quality of the community. I know that. I encourage people to raise their prices. Whenever I commission like Ladzi or like Audrey or anyone I commission, and I noticed that like their rates are really low, I'm always like, so when are you gonna raise your prices? You know, you should start charging a commercial fee. And I know that like if I keep encouraging them to do that, I won't be able to afford them. But also they deserve so much more of the more like of that clientele that will be able to pay the buck that they deserve. But also it's like, why can I not apply that to myself? My insecurities are showing. I swear as soon as I'm done with all of this, like laying the foundations of my updated branding for voice acting and whatnot, I'll go back to a regular, like actually stop skipping my stream schedule. Actually start making thumbnails that's not just a white background with manga lines. I don't know if you guys noticed that like my thumbnails have just been a white background and my icon on it, my avatar on it. Because I'm always like, yeah, this'll do. I just make it like a few minutes before posting. In comparison to before, when I was a lot more active, I'd make them weeks. I would make thumbnails every Saturday and or Sunday. But recently, my weekends are occupied with either chores or voice work. And I am working towards being able to balance that. But right now, not yet. Oh man, and like I just want to do so much. Because we still have the stream backlog and stuff, etc. I just want to do so many things, but like, there's only one Fran. I only have two hands and one brain. And I often wish I can just like Kagebunshin shadow clone jutsu myself, so I can like one shadow clone is making the novel, and then one shadow clone would be like streaming, and then one shadow clone would be doing the voice acting. Even just those 3 friends would help. But I am only one friend. Real. Right? There's so much I want to do, but so little time and so little energy and so little friend. One of these days. But yeah, I feel like I am putting my priorities in a okay order. If you could accumulate the EXP they gain, it would be so awesome, right? Learning would be so easy. Oh my god. It's like College Simulator. Oh, what if that's a function of College Simulator? You can split, you can you can divide your college student into 2 or 3, like a little germ. Attend 2 classes at once. Do 2 activities at once. Your first half goes to class and the other goes to the part-time job. How public/transparent? Oh, how transparent are prices in the business anyway? Like, don't talk about your income, it's rude. Is bullshit that bosses came up with to keep salaries low. With freelancing, at least like with voiceover, from what I've seen, with friends, they don't put their rates in public, but if you ask, you know, they'll tell. So like, but like, because with the friends I've asked, their prices are on a ask me basis, I feel like I shouldn't divulge either. And the reason they do that is not because, ooh, I'd rather keep my prices a secret so like I can earn more than you, but rather because each project, each client is very different, and each project is very... With voiceover, we'd rather make our prices flexible and customizable per client, per project.
Give the student ADHD, it makes your quest log get deleted. That's so true. That's so true. How much per word? Me? Per word? See, I hold on. Oh wait, no, my screen is. Should I show? No, it is not good business practice. I think per word I charge 2 to 5 cents per word. I think, depending on the scope of the project. I do have a minimum base rate though. And also, if it's a non-commercial project, if it's a passion project, if it's a non-union project, if it's a commercial project. If it's a commercial project, there will be a commercial fee. Good to know. Okay. By the way, to anyone who hasn't seen him yet, we did a demo reel editing stream for me way back during the beginning of June. So like I have my demo reels up on my Linktree. That is linktr.ee/Fenaderia. My English and Tagalog character reels are there. Feel free to look at it. Yeah, the demo reel was cool. Blech! Oh, bet. I remember when because like recalling all of these things when specifically for the Doom Jury, when I was at this age, I didn't want to be known for just one thing. I'm not like other girls. I didn't want to be known for. Oh my god! If you guys met me in the era that I made this, I was not into pink. Actually, I was I was into Paramore. I had a Paramore shirt. I like the Doom Jury concept. Me too! Funked! Were you lurking when I had the rant about like when I pitched this to my old publishers? I'm not gonna do it again. This was alt-girlfriend, yes. Definitely not like other girls. I'm still not like other girls. No two girls are alike. Similar but not alike. Each girl is unique, much like how each man is unique. Except if you are an alt-right Antifa. No. Unless if you're an alt-right Nazi straight male incel. Then you are all one hybrid of a man. Amalgamation, single brain hive mind. And if you are that person, do not be in this stream. You are not welcome. Blech! I don't know. Yeah, friend. Holy shit! I'm Asian. Nah, Funk. You're just a wannabe edgelord. Quite frankly, the vibes I get from you are wannabe edgelord. Or like recovered edgelord. You have left the hive mind. Oh no, I didn't mean to make you sad. That was a compliment. Like I find like wannabe edgelords a little cute because it's like, oh look at you, you think you're so
Don't
cool.
worry about it.
Redeem the edgelord. I was an edgelord too. Hell, I was an alt girl edge. Oh, friendly, cute, yay! You are all very cute to me. Cute in like a Gavis Battle way, or like pets, head pats, pinch cheeks. I am your auntie now. Actually, auntie like tita, lola. I'm your grandma. Yeah. I used to cry and listen to Sleeping with Sirens. Oh my goodness. Now I just cry. Oh no. At least listen to Sleeping with Sirens again. One step closer to attaining Gavis Metal Mommy Riz. Oh my god. Oh. Why did I go back to Doom Jury concept? Yeah, what was I talking about? edgelords, etc. Hold on. I feel like I will get a glimmer of the memory. Oh yeah, I didn't want to be known for just one thing. I wanted to be special. Ooh. Twirls hair. Whips hair. Haba ng hair. No, I feel like I still want to be a writer. Like a published author. Ooh. No, actually. See, I'm weird in that I'm actually pretty antisocial. Rather asocial. I like companionship, I like yapping, I like being around people, but I'm not good at starting conversations. I'm always like, I'm that one quiet friend in a friend group, and when I open my mouth, something weird happens. Like, and it's not like I'm socially inept. I became a production assistant for goodness sakes. I talk to clients on an almost daily basis. I'm kind of just like, if I'm left to my own devices without any agenda, I'm just gonna be fucking weird. Once an edgelord, now redeemed, defunct, is an adorable spoon cat. Are edgelords forks? Isn't like... I remember there being euphemisms for various utensils. So like, spooning, the act of spooning. But also there was a connotation for if you call someone a fork or a spork, was it? I forget. I am not straight enough or chronically online enough for that. But I remember hearing about it. The tita who lives in the outskirts of town on the edge of Ritzwood. I am good at speaking to humans. So true. So true. I am good at speaking to the humans. I am very good at speaking to the humans. But no, like, if you guys notice, like, during collabs, I'm kind of just there. And there's nothing, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because, like, if I'm left to my own devices, again, I don't want to intrude. I don't want to step on toes. I don't like talking over people. I feel bad whenever, like, after a collab and I end up a little yappier than usual. So, like, yeah. But like, people who I collab with, like Sensei and stuff, always say, they're like, no, please, talk more, it's fine. But it's always like, my wee bit anxiety is always like, but what if I step on toes? No, but yeah. In real life, let's say, I'm with my group of friends. I'm just that quiet person until, like, I get asked something, and then I'm like, yeah, I get like this. Which is like, random encyclopedic knowledge about something niche. Sometimes. Or Fujo shit. Oh my god, I was in I made a group chat with Relatable. I feel that. Yay, I'm not alone. I made a group chat with some high school friends. And you all know the godfather of Saga, who is not Wiggle Orb. The friend who made the Ragnarok RP. See the Sagaverse stream where we talked about the Ragnarok RP. But I made a group chat with him and another friend because we wanted to play Repo. Like, the friend even gifted me Repo. We haven't played Repo yet. It's like, okay, we have everyone. Yeah, everyone now has Repo. Who has time for Repo? But yeah, no, so we made a group chat on Discord because we used to just talk on Messenger. I hate Messenger. Turns out, friends being friends, flock, birds of the same feather, we all hate Facebook and would rather not be on Facebook. And so when I made the group chat, they're like, oh my god, thank fuck. Because yeah, none of us are on Facebook that much except for posting real life stuff due to family or whatever. But yeah, repo, etc., etc. And then like, yeah, we were just talking about like, at first it was like just random stuff. We'd talk about random stuff, and then when do we repo? When do we repo? Yeah. And then GC goes quiet. And then someone asked me a question. And I'm like, here are links. And then here's what I think of them. 5 paragraphs of walls of text. Is there a way to raise your hand in Discord like you have your avatar blink when you want to talk so others can give you a chance to speak? I remember there used to be, and there is in the stage mode. The stage VCs. But I don't think there is one in just little group chats or like group VCs. Not anymore. Because I noticed they removed the function where you can have an emote just float into the screen. They removed that from regular calls, and I don't know why. It still makes me sad. Use the soundboard. True, it is Discord for a reason. Anyone want to play Among Us? Oh my god. That's another thing. That's another thing wherein like I remember pitching like we should play Among Us. No one wants to play Among Us with me. No one wants to play Among Us with me. If you guys remember when I started uploading the backlog of VODs we have, one of them is Among Us. If you guys notice, I was always the imposter there. Or rather, like, the likelihood of me being the imposter is high. And when I played imposter, I was very good at it, let's say. I don't even think I was that good. I was just like, you know, doing my thing. And it's so funny whenever I become imposter, I don't even defend myself that well. I just don't talk during the deliberations. But yeah, no one likes playing Among Us with me because I'm a good imposter. Like even my high school friends, even my college friends, high school friends don't want to play Among Us with me because I'm a good imposter. I lie very well apparently. Because I'm an actor. They're always like, Fran, stop using your work skills. The game calling Fran the sussy baka. So true. So true. I am the sussy baka. The actor and voice actor, right? You use here. But yeah, no. So that's why I haven't played Among Us in a very long time. Or the other one, the Goose Goose Duck. I haven't played that yet. Alan has played it on stream with friends before, way in the past, but Alan doesn't save VODs, so it's probably gone in the ether. But that was funny. There were some really funny moments in there, I remember. Alan is a very, very good detective. He's really good at sniffing out imposters. But also, when we're in a game together, he's always like, just whoever is the imposter, just kill Fran. Like, or like during the first interrogation, I always get booted out. Because again, no one wants to play with me. That's funny. I had the idea of Among Us combined with Whose Line Is It Anyway? Oh, that sounds fun! Where everyone gets a secret role to play and the others have to guess what character you are, like the dating show or the party guest game if you've seen them. I think Goose Goose Duck has that sort of thing. Where like there are modes wherein like there's the detective, there's the sheriff, there's the medium, there's the celebrity. I forget what other roles there are. Hold on. Ugh, my back needed popping. I should play Goose Goose Duck, but no one wants to play with me. I have to play in a different group. Oh my god, I just realized I must... If anyone should play Among Us or Goose Goose Duck with me, it has to be in a group that doesn't know I'm a good imposter, apparently. Which I don't even believe is true. I just play game! Fran needs SBMM? What does that mean? Or like you were in an 80s business guy in Coke and you have to act it out. Oh my god, that sounds so funny. I do know that like, or at least like with how Alan and our friend group plays it, there is like, they kind of do it that way because sometimes when I listen in on them playing Goose Goose Duck, or rather when they played Goose Goose Duck, I remember sometimes Alan would just speak in an accent, or like sometimes they're all just clowns or whatever. I don't know, like maybe it's just because everyone is a voice actor in that group. Maybe it's just actors and improv artists play Goose Goose Duck or something. That sounds fun. Like we hand out roles before the start of the match, and then when the match starts, and then imposter, yada yada, and then yeah. Ooh, that sounds fun. You're just gonna yoink that from Eugen's proposal in chat, idea in chat, and then we're gonna put that in the bank of things Fran should stream one day. Skill-based matchmaking. SBMM. Ah. No, but see, I'm not good. I'm not good at it. Oh my god, I just remembered when I played Among Us with I can't remember who. I can't remember which group of friends this was, but I do know that they were content creators. And mind you, I haven't played Among Us in a long while. So I didn't know all the new things you can do in Among Us. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do my tasks. I was an imposter. I was an imposter. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my task here, yada yada. And then interrogation happened. And I haven't killed anyone yet. Or maybe I have, I don't know. But yeah, I was just pretending to do my task in this one place. And then during the first interrogation, someone sussed me out. It was like Fran is an imposter because she was pretending to do a task, but everyone knows the way you do a task is you stand from the comms area instead of being in the room itself. Because if you're in that room itself, it's too close to the vent, so everyone knows that you vented. And this was just a very genuine reaction from me. I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I haven't played in like 3 years. And then everyone's like, oh, okay. So, okay, I'm just going back to doing my tasks after that interrogation, but I also kept killing people. Imposters won. Imposters won. And then the guy who sussed me, I was like, I knew you were an imposter. But I was like, no, but I really didn't know that. Yeah, some groups have so many mods, I have no idea what's happening most of the time. Yeah. Diba, Yuyu? Yuyu's here right now. So yeah, that's always a game of Among Us with me as an imposter. And you don't, like, kill me from within the first 5 minutes of the game. Oh, you should do that. Maybe on my birthday. Or on Alan's birthday, which is also our anniversary. That is... My birthday will be in October. Alan's birthday and our anniversary will be in November. Right, speaking of future stream plans. The latest expansion pack for The Sims is coming out late August, I think. and I'm planning on pre-ordering it. And I know it's expensive, but it has fairies, and it's fairy core, and it's based in Irish folklore, and it has mushrooms. I am very, very superficial and materialistic. So I feel like doing a Sims September, get those Sims backlogs down. Some of them. I know we're not gonna be able to do all of them, let's be real. My track record of keeping up with the backlog has been very... It is a very slowly but maybe surely pace. And I don't want to overwhelm myself. So I'm thinking a Sims September. Because I know for a fact that everyone will be playing The Sims in September. Well, not everyone, but like Simmers will be active in September because of the new pack. Much like how businesses and hobbies became like something that a lot of Sims players started playing when it came out because it's such a good pack. The new expansion pack, Enchanted by Nature, looks really good also. Simmers. You can always cut down sleep time some more. So true! And then you guys will start pitching in for the sleep stream. Please don't. Yeah, I have good sleep now. I managed to mitigate my not sleeping for 2 days at a time. Now, actually, I do have fear. I do sometimes oversleep nowadays. But it's something that I'm also working on. I've been exercising, I've been having good sleep. I'll exercise later! I'll be exercising later. I've been exercising every night. Although I did skip exercising last night because... no reason, actually. I just didn't feel like it. But I will exercise tonight. Fran is only allowed to sleep when sleep stream. Oh my god! That's like college era Fran. I remember ever since high school, because of the things that I would do for high school stuff, extracurriculars, that like I didn't have a lot of sleep. There were times when I wouldn't sleep for 3-4 days. The anime trailer that we made as a joke with Stratemeyer, that was also a contest entry, I did not sleep for 3 days for that. And it was fun. I often admire how productive I was in my youth, but also like looking back, I feel like a lot of the things that I did when I was a lot younger is often like, yeah, I did a lot, but it was also like really crappy. But nowadays, the days have been more productive, I feel. I feel like I've been on an upswing. So it's good. I can afford to not sleep sometimes now because my health is a little better. I say that, but I almost skipped stream tonight because my blood pressure dropped immensely. I started sweating cold sweat and I started panicking. That probably took off about 2 years off your life and mine. But hey, at least something good was born out of it. Something fun! Maybe it wasn't good, but it was fun! Good stuff. What else? Sims, September... October, we're gonna be playing horror games. And Among Us and or Goose Goose Duck. Gonna have a birthday... I keep thinking, like, what should I call the birthday week thing? And I keep... My brain really tries very hard for me to say birthathon. No, it will not be a birthathon. But it will be a thon of something. On a birthday, on the week of my birth. And then November, more spoopy stuff. And then Abernath birthday, our anniversary. Simstember Spooktober. This is gonna sound SJW of me. Spawnathon! Yeah! But I rather not use the word spook, as I have learned that it is a slur for Egyptians. Slur for or against Egyptians. I'd rather not use that, even though I know that there are not much or at all Egyptians on stream, but you never know. It's kind of just a habit I've developed. So instead of spook or spooky, I use spoop. Poopy, spoopy. But yeah, I don't know. I follow that doctrine. I follow that principle. You don't have to. Yeah. But yes, Simstember, Spooptober, Spawnathon, Spoopy-tober, and then November gonna be the Franolon anniversary. I can get behind spoopy. Yeah, it's very cute. It's a cute word that also sounds like what it means. Spoopy. And then December. I don't know what to do for December. Yeah. Where are we thinking about it? Is it still June? We still have July and August. I think July and August can just be more casual. More of this sort of stuff that we've been doing. Because, like, I feel like the subjects of the streams, even though, like, I have very obviously been more tired and on a bit of a... I feel like I've been a lot more frantic, but also low energy. Kind of like I don't put a lot of thought behind streams, and I do feel bad about that. But I feel at the same time it's because of increasing priorities in life, and I am slowly building up to being able to maintain a more loaded routine than I used to, which is good. So I'm kind of just working up on that. Hopefully, by next week or by the middle of July, I would be able to go back to my old routine of being able to do thumbnails on the weekends, scheduling posts, and also alongside the voiceover work I've been doing. I just don't like it when words get opted by jerks as slurs. Yeah, me neither. I don't like it when people use words in a way that is meant that they use it to hurt people. It's bad. I say that, but earlier I was being a toxic gamer in Project Diva. Yeah. I think that's that. I think that's the stream for tonight. That's all I can say. What did you guys think of the stories? For the VOD watchers. Oh yeah, right. This is going to YouTube. Like, oh yeah, that's another thing. If you guys noticed, I didn't back up the work stream we had, even though I did back up the Until Then stream. So, I will be backing up streams that have a more through line. So, Until Then gets backed up. Streams like these where I talk about things I've done, things I do, etc. Presentations, they get backed up. I actually don't... Maybe I'll make a new playlist, Fictive Fridays, because I did call this Fictive Friday. I don't know. But I might also just put it under writing stream. I don't know. Watch me speedrunning get permabanned on Friends channel. Shut the fuck up, Eugen. Choking on your own vomit? Good. You better. Do not say that in front of my salad. Don't say that in front of Yu. He's on my keyboard right now. So yeah, we are no longer gonna be backing up streams where I'm just writing or doing thing. But I will back up streams where I'm doing a presentation like this one. And we're gonna be backing up the Until Then New Game Plus. But working Wednesdays is going to be very dependent on, did that stream have a through line or not? Was it productive? Was it worth the content or not? I do not know. Oh, yeah. Okay. That has been the stream for now. I'm gonna look for someone to raid. Let's look for someone. Raid. Hold on. Loading. My Twitch dashboard is loading. Hey, look at that! 3-hour stream. Yeah, today was a short stream. Today wasn't very... Again, it was a low effort. Very low effort stream. I'll do better next time, don't worry guys. When we have a more... When I have more brain juice to pour. I like hearing about story ideas, makes me feel like part of a writing community. Yeah! Yeah! One day we shall have a writing community that is worthy of... like, we can do writing stuff together. Or at least, like, roleplay. Oh my god, Tora is playing Blueprints. Wait, he usually ends stream around this time. Okay, we're gonna raid him quick. So just go do the thing. Do the thing, we're gonna raid Tora. I feel like we've never successfully raided Tora before. So now we should. Okay? So you guys just spam the raid emotes. I'm gonna raid and run. Thank you all so much for joining this stream. Next week on Monday, we will have Until Then with Sensei and the Muteki crew, and also Kisesu Benitora, who we will be raiding too, and more. I have been Fran, and this has been a stream. Good night. Have a nice night. My ideas are non-commercial attribute. Feel free to write whatever you want with them. VOD watchers also, you guys are valid. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.